Welcome to another video from Dr. Lock. Okay, so we have the Gainsborough 3000 or Gainsborough 3400 mortise lock. This is what it looks like on your door, so to speak. You can always kind of tell it because the handle is above the cylinder, where in a lot of cases it's the opposite way around. Every mortise lock you'd see the cylinder up the top, handle down the bottom. So if you see something like this where it's a handle up the top, cylinder down the bottom, it's a Gainsbrough. Okay, so a lot of these have been failing, and this is a discontinued lock. So right now I've actually got to make up one of the kits that we make up, and I was just going to go through and make sure everything is in order. So I'll take it all out and roughly go through it with you and show you what's in the box, so that way we can, gauge up how hard it is to fit and things like that. Alright, so we're using a standard MS2 4-hour fire rated lock body. These ones are made by Lockton. You can also use the Carb MS2 as well. So the handles we've gone for is the full furniture ones in this particular kit. Now this handle here, you remove the screw and you can hand it left or you can hand it right. So depending on your door, you would do that on site. That's the rectangular square plate furniture. We find this one to be more rugged. There is a version where it's rounded on the edges as well, and now I believe it even comes in a black color as well. So, but we're just using plain stainless. These stainless steel finish. These ones here is what we've designed the kit with, mainly because they're bigger, chunkier, and they have more meat. It's a better option than having a two-piece handle and cylinder, as this one does. See, it has a cylinder, then it has a handle. Because we're changing the footprint, we like to cover it up with more meat, so that way everything's protected, no holes. Alright, so that's the inside handle. Outside handle. Once again, this is handable. Remove the screw, turn it down, spring load it, put the screw back in, and you can go left or right direction. I'll do that for you now. Real simple. Okay, so you remove it and then you just put the screw back in. I won't do that because I'll just quickly show you. This lock also comes with two plates. So the plate goes underneath the lock body just like so, and the handle, and then you would put a lock cylinder through the middle. See if I can grab the cylinder. Here's one here, and that will go through the cylinder. So that is roughly what you would be seeing on your door, except that would be straight. And as you can see, this is a 2mm stainless steel plate, and then plus you've got this furniture going over the top, so we've basically added a lot of material around the front surface of the door, mainly because we're replacing from a footprint like this. Generally speaking, a footprint like this, where the handle's up the top and this is down the bottom, and the two footprints are completely different. Apart from them both being mortise locks, they're different. So because there's a slight variation in the holes, we basically add more meat and things like that. Okay, so if you look at it this way, I'll just quickly show you this way. I have to do it this way. So this arrow here is 60mm back set, and this is center to the latch. So you would measure your latch on the door or your strike, find your center, and then you would realign it like so. On the door, you would put this card on the door, mark it, and make the adjustments. So as you can see, the spindle hole here is lower. The hole for the handle needs to be drilled through again, and the oval for the cylinder as well needs to be slightly adjusted. So that's the template that comes with it. So changing one lock to the other is never desirable, but in this particular case it is what needs to kind of happen. The screws. Okay, so you've got two small screws, two medium screws, and then two screws which are adjustable. With these screws here, you simply just cut them at the desired length, and then away you go. You can also cut down these big ones, just trim them off, but then you'll have to dress the edge. A lot of people that can be a bit tricky for, so that's why we include these ones here. So that's basically the screw configuration. Let's pop this over here for now so I can do this quickly. Alright, the lock kit does come with a cylinder. Here's your cylinder, and for the way that this lock is set up, you can set it up two ways. You can set it up so that the outside handle is always fixed, or you could set it up that you could release both handles and use it and go in and out like a passage lock. So I'll show you how to do that in a moment. So with this particular type of lock, the inside handle is always going to be free, the outside handle is the one that's going to be locking. So you have the choice of selecting this on the lock, which I'll show you, and you also have to put in the appropriate cylinder cam on the back of the cylinder. At the moment it comes with what we call the X cam. So what this would mean is this is the cam you would use when you want the outside handle to be permanently locked. For a unit front door, that's the best way of it, because that complies with fire regulations. When the door slams, you can't go back in. So in an event of a fire, if it's an exit door, the door slams, it's locked, you need a key to go back in. So that's the way I would set it up. I would just leave it with this cam on the back. If you want to change it to unlocking the front door outside handle, you can by using this cam here, but check with your regulations on your building and local fire regulations depending on whether or not your door needs to be self-locking. If you've got a secondary lock on, you might be able to use that one and unlock these handles and things like that. If you do have a secondary lock as well, you have to consider that if you're turning this key and you've got a second lock above, you'll have to turn that key as well. So you can set it up however you want, but these are the two most common cams you would use. When the kit comes, it comes with this one here. You just simply slide it in and away you go. Now the lock itself is where a lot of the modifications have been made to make this all possible. Okay, so we have our faceplate here. This is not the standard one. As you can see, it's going to go right in where the lock is. So here we go. It's going to go right in where the lock is, exactly the same spot. Then we have our faceplate. Once again, faceplate is going to cover up every hole, go right in the same spot, except for the new configuration. Okay, if you are on a door and this bolt is around the wrong way, simply grab it in this form and rotate it. Now it matches whichever way you're going. If you want this side to be the lockable side, there's a little arrow here that says this side lockable, and there's a little arrow, or other side lockable, a little arrow. So to change that, you simply have to put in a screwdriver and you can turn that around like so. You'll hear a click, and you just rotate it around again. To make this lock lockable in the lock function, there's a little pull out that black tab and you can slide it down, slide it up. That's how you put the lock in the locked function. When I push it down and I try my spindle, I'll feel it's either locked on one of the sides, symbolizing it's locked. Okay, so that's how you hand it, and it has to be in that position so you can get to it. The handing is only on one side, so you do it from this side where the instructions are. This lock also does come with the standard lock instructions, which will help you do the handing, swapping the latch around. I've pretty much just explained it, which side you want lockable and all that. It comes with all your usuals. It comes with your spindle, it comes with your turn adapter. These handles don't accommodate turn adapter, so I wouldn't use it. It comes with a couple of striker plates as well, and it comes with some screws. So everything you pretty much need to take one lock out from the door and put your other lock in the door and be able to use your door in a normal fashion with a Mortice lock on it. So this is the Dr. Lock Gainsborough 3400 kit. Leave your comments down in the description. I'll also put a link to it where you can purchase it. If you've got one of these on your door and you're looking for something just to swap it out, and you know, even if you're another locksmith, if you've got one of these on a door and it's broken and you need something to swap it out, there is no option. You're left with holes and putty and all sorts of problems. Having a kit like this, no big deal. You can swap it out and it's as simple as swapping out a Mortice lock. That's what we designed it for, and that's pretty much what it does. So yeah, leave your comments down below. Thanks for watching.